Alright, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be hitting up shoulders. Now, last week's shoulders workout, it was a bit of a mixed bag. On the second set, I think it was the second set of Shrugs, the bar spun on the hex bar spun, and because there's no sleeve bearings on it, or no bearing, sorry, in the sleeves, the whole bar rotated around, kind of slipped out of my grip, and it ruined that set, but it also kind of jarred my back a little bit. So the back has not been sore. It was sore in the day or two afterwards, but it's pretty much healed up now. But there's that wee doubt in the back of my mind now that is it going to happen again? I'm lucky that I was using the hooks, the lifting hooks, as opposed to the Versa grips or the figure eight loops, or even just ordinary lifting straps, because if that bar, I was just thinking about it after it happened, if that bar had a spun and I was using any other grip other than those hooks, it would have put a lot of strain into my wrists, because the wrist would have been pulled around with the bar. I don't know how bad it would have been, but it would have happened. Luckily, with the lifting hooks, it just slipped down the lifting hooks. Unfortunately, that meant that I caught it in the back of my legs, and put that, like I said, that wee bit of an impact load into the spine. So that's kind of playing in the back of my head a little bit. I'm gonna have to take my time just getting the setup good on the Shrugs today. But with that being said, last week I did make progress. I added another, I think it was 5 kilos last week to my top weight. So I think there's still more in the tank there as far as Shrugs are concerned. So I'm gonna try and push the weight again a little bit this week. Start with the same sort of warm-up weights, but then I think on the fourth set, I think I'm instead of doing two warm-up sets in the middle, sets 2 and 3 with the same weight, I think I'm going to progress the weight in all four of the sets, and with the aim of adding, a couple of kilos to the top set in the Shrugs this week. The low cable lateral raises, and the high cable lateral raises, I'm still fighting the sort of movement pattern with those. And I'm getting to the stage now where I'm thinking, am I going to get more benefit from doing more reps or pushing the weight on them? And just with playing with them and sort of getting the feel of them over the last number of weeks, I definitely feel that going for reps in those seems to be working better for me. I seem to be getting a bit of a better burn at the time of doing them, and in the days afterwards, the delts feel a little bit shorter. Having said that, it's always in the back of my mind, I need to try and keep progressing the weight as well. I can't just keep adding reps after reps, reps on reps on reps. So we'll see how we feel whenever we get to the low cable lateral raise. I'll see how I feel there. I might stick at the weight that I've been using and just do a load of reps, or if I'm feeling particularly strong and I'm feeling in the groove, I might try and add a little bit of weight. Same with the high cable lateral raise. I'll see how I feel after doing the low cable variant, and just take it from there as to whether I want to add weight on, or drop weight back, or just stick at whatever weight I'm at. Just see how the delts feel whenever we get that particular movement. On the seated face pulls, I think I'm starting to get near my limit. I added another, I think it was 2.5 kilos to last week's weight. So I was up to I added another 5 kilos to last week's weight. Top weight, or top set. So that's me up to 45 kilos on the seated face pull. Now, like I says, I think I'm starting to get close to the limit on the seated face pull. The thing is, the seated face pull can be quite easy because you're seated and you're braced. It can be quite easy to drop the elbows and turn it into a pull down effectively, a partial pull down anyway. So we'll see how we feel whenever we get that. What I was feeling last week on the seated face pull was that on the warm-up sets, I felt like I was getting a really good deep peak contraction. So that's kind of indicative of my strength getting a little bit stronger in the movement pattern. But again, we'll see how I feel whenever I get to that particular movement. The idea is going to be either to add reps or add weight, one of the two, or both if I'm feeling particularly strong. And then we'll finish off with the chest supported barbell face pulls. Now, I'm pretty much at my limit on the chest supported barbell face pulls. I haven't made any progress in those for quite a number of weeks. I'm very much aware, again, a bit like the seated face pull, it's an easy exercise to drop the elbows down and turn it into more of a row movement than a face pull movement, or a movement for your back as opposed to your rear delts and upper traps and stuff. So again, I'm not too worried. If I don't put more weight on that, I'm not too worried. I'm just going to try and focus on making sure that I'm keeping those elbows flared out and getting a good stretch at the bottom, and try and just get the as much of a peak contraction as I can. And then if we need to, finishing off with some lengthened partials, or as close to lengthened partials as you can get in that movement. Unfortunately, the floor gets in the way, so it does. Anyway, let's get to it.
around here. You'll come around here. I'm gonna take now. Remember me now.
Okay, that's going to do it for shoulders. Absolutely over the moon with how it went today. With the shrugs, I added another 5 kilos onto my top weight. Now I didn't get the full 20 reps, I don't think. At that top weight, I only managed, I say, full 20 reps. The 20 reps that I have been doing in the previous sets, although quite a number of those end up being lengthened partials. But again, that's a good thing. So it is, because essentially we're going to true failure as opposed to just failing to get a full range of motion rep. Yeah, I got 15 reps with an extra 5 kilos, and to be honest, I think there might still even be more in the tank there. So I'm kind of excited to see, how far I can push the rest of this mesocycle. On the low cable lateral raise, I added a kilo to my previous best, so I did go up in weight on that, and I felt that it was good enough at that weight. I think I'll probably stick at that weight for a number of weeks now, and just try and focus on trying to get a good deep burn. Not by the end of that set, like it was the lateral delt, the lateral head of the delt was sore by the end of the low cable lateral raise, but it didn't really start to burn until I went to the high cable lateral raise. That's when I really felt the burn coming in. Now what I did with the high cable lateral raise, I actually dropped back, I dropped back a kilo and a half from where, I dropped back a kilo and a half from where I was at last week, and just focused on doing reps. So I'm now beginning to think that might be a good sort of middle ground. Go heavier on one, and then go for reps on the other, and just see how that plays out. So we'll play about with that over the next few weeks anyway. By the end of the high cable lateral raise, my delts, the lateral head of my delt was absolutely fried, to the point where I caught myself doing two things that you shouldn't do when you're doing that particular exercise. One, using my triceps. I was using my triceps just to hoik the weight, and the other was I was starting to engage my rear delt. So I was opening my shoulder out as it was coming down. It can be an awkward exercise that way, because you do have to open your shoulder anyway, but it's quite easy to open your shoulder back to retract your shoulder, which is essentially engaging your rear delt, especially whenever the lateral head of the delt is pretty much fried. But again, it tells me that I've hit the fact that the lateral head of the delt was burning so bad, and I was engaging those other two muscle groups to try and hoik the weight up. It tells me that I've actually taken everything out. I pretty much failed with the lateral head of the delt, so I've gotten everything out of it that I could. I've squeezed the juice out of the lemon, if you will. And then on the seated face pulls, I actually managed to add more weight to that particular exercise, which I was very, very happy with. Again, I had to drop the reps back a little bit from where I was at before, but I basically finished the set off with lengthened partials, which pretty good, and I felt it was keeping my elbows high at the same time. So yeah, fingers crossed that's a good saying. And then on the chest supported barbell face pulls, that was just an exercise and finishing everything off, going to complete failure. Really felt hard on the last few reps on of the top set on the chest supported barbell face pulls, but I think I did. I need to go back and have a look. Actually, I'm pretty sure that I added in a few extra reps that I didn't get in last week's session on that top set of chest supported barbell face pulls, which, if it turns out that is the case, really happy with that. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, feed the anabolic algorithm with a comment, shares, likes and subscribes. I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.